everyone, Pratima here. So this year we have seen a lot of compact / small size phones being launched in India, and the main reason behind this is that the latest research by Counterpoint shows that 73% of customers in India are looking for compact phones and 88% are likely to purchase a compact smartphone if it delivers flagship level performance. And that's exactly why phones like the Galaxy S25, the iPhone 16 and the Xiaomi 15 have been seeing strong sales in 2025. There's clearly a growing demand for compact flagships. But at the same time, we also got to see two of the biggest flop phones of this year, the iPhone 16e and the Pixel 9a. Now, both of these phones had a lot of compromises and ultimately failed to justify the price tags or deliver the user experience that people expected. And this is where I think this phone, the OnePlus 13s, hits the sweet spot. First of all, it is priced really well at just around 50,000 rupees, making it cheaper than the S25 and the Xiaomi 15. And second, I think it also offers better overall specs than the iPhone 16e or the Pixel 9a for that matter. So is the OnePlus 13s the best value for money compact phone right now? Let me give you my honest opinion. And also there's one major flaw or total deal breaker about this phone which I am going to tell you about before the end of this video. But first, let me start with all the things that I liked about the OnePlus 13s, and of course it starts with the sleek compact form factor, perfect for one-hand usage for people with small hands like me. Now, usually when companies make smaller phones, they shrink the battery too, but what I like about OnePlus is that they have taken a more balanced approach. You're getting a massive 5850 mAh battery in here, a silicon carbon battery, and hence this phone does not feel bulky or overly heavy. Yes, I know the Galaxy S25 is much lighter and thinner, but it also packs a tiny 4000 mAh battery. But with the 13s, you're not sacrificing much on endurance. Plus, it is still compact, it feels great in the hand, and the weight distribution here is just spot on. I also like this clean and minimalistic camera module and this matte back finish. However, maybe to meet the price point, OnePlus has made a few compromises here. You only get a modest IP65 rating here, which means this phone can only handle splashes but not full submersion in water. And B, you don't get a more robust Gorilla Glass Victus kind of protection. It uses something called a crystal shield glass, so not the toughest out there. So if you care about scratches and accidental drops, definitely slap on a good quality tempered glass for that extra peace of mind. One thing I found kind of funny is that this new button on the side, it's literally a carbon copy of iPhone's action button. By default, it lets you switch between ring, vibrate and silent mode, but you can also customize it to launch the camera, the flashlight, voice recorder, etc. just like the iPhone. There's, however, a feature called Save to Mindspace, which is actually pretty handy. It lets me quickly bookmark content I came across on social media or in the browser and save it as a memory. Okay, now let's talk about the display, and this is another area where the OnePlus 13s really shines. As you can see, it has one of the thinnest bezels you can get on a smartphone, which not only looks stunning but also allows OnePlus to pack in a larger 6.3 inches screen. The overall quality of this display is also top-notch. It's a flat panel, LTPO 120Hz. It can get plenty bright as well. The touch response here is fantastic. The colors are well calibrated, and you get both HDR and Dolby Vision support on Netflix and pretty much every OTT platform I tested. Anyway, just like the OnePlus 13 and 13R, we get very good haptics here too. It uses Oppo's OHaptics tech, which works really well throughout the UI and has nice, precise feedback when I am typing. Even the speakers are not bad. It's plenty loud with nice trebles and vocals for casually listening to Spotify or watching videos. However, the biggest win for the OnePlus 13s is how fast and optimized it is. It is currently the most affordable phone powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, and it does not cut corners elsewhere either. You get the latest DDR5X RAM, ultra-fast UFS 4.0 storage, and a large vapor chamber cooling system. So overall, this phone is insanely fast. Every game I tried runs smoothly here with nice stability, and best of all, there is no overheating even after 30 minutes to an hour of continuous Genshin Impact. Even outdoors while using mobile data, it stays noticeably cooler than most other compact phones that I have tested. I also honestly don't get why some people don't like Oxygen OS. I personally really like it. It's clean, it's lightweight, and has smooth animations, snappy transitions that make the whole experience feel effortless. The battery life on this phone is also insanely good. Easily the best I have seen on a compact device. As you can see from these screenshots, I was consistently getting up to 2 days of backup on moderate usage. So the battery life here is as good as the OnePlus 13, which, if I remember correctly, finished in the top 3 in my battery drain test. This means the usual battery anxiety we associate with small phones is no longer a concern here. Another big plus is that OnePlus provides the charger inside the box. We get an 80-watt charger here along with a nice back cover. Alright, finally, now it's time to talk about the one major flaw that I mentioned in the very beginning, and sadly, it's the cameras. First of all, I was shocked to see the lack of an ultra-wide camera here. I am someone who travels a lot, and the field of view of the regular wide camera is just not enough for me. Second, I really think OnePlus should have opted for a 3x telephoto camera here rather than a 2x one. See, when you have a capable high-res primary camera, zooming in 2x is almost lossless anyway, so if OnePlus had gone with a 3x option, we would have gotten better subject focus in portraits and a slightly different perspective too. And maybe the macros would also have been better with the 3x lens. The macros from this existing 2x lens are just so-so. Now, don't get me wrong, with the 2x lens, I did get some stunning portraits from the OnePlus 13s. I especially like OnePlus's punchy contrast that makes the photos look really striking. I am happy with the skin tone as well and did not notice any highlight management issues, so that is great too. The same goes with the selfies, nice skin tone, a little on the pinkish side, but good colors and pleasing photos for social media. Even in the normal daytime photos, I don't have many things to complain about actually. You will see OnePlus's classic contrasty results, the color reproduction is good enough, and the details are sharp and clear. But I do have to tell you, I did notice some shadow crushing and blown out highlights and exposure time and again, like 10 to 20% of the time. And also, I wish the color consistency among the lenses was better. It's completely different. I have good things to say about its nighttime photos though. They are sharp and they're detailed, and you actually don't even have to use the night mode that often. The images are good on their own. Even the videos are nice and stable from the OnePlus 13s at 4K 60 FPS, at least from the main camera. The contrasty output looks decent and the artifacts have sharp details, but sometimes I did find the exposure and highlight roll-offs to take a hit while shooting during a bright sunny day. By the way, you can also switch to the telephoto camera while shooting at 4K 60 FPS and the transition is smooth, so I don't have many complaints here. From the selfie camera though, you can only shoot up to 4K 30 FPS, but I will not complain because of 3 main reasons. Number 1, the field of view is wide enough so that I don't have to stretch my hands all the way. Number 2, the skin tone looks good, and number 3, the exposure in the background is also handled very well. So nice camera from the front, and there's autofocus too, and the audio quality is decent enough, so good video quality from the front camera. Okay, conclusion time, and I've got to admit I really enjoyed my time with the OnePlus 13s. The one thing I did find myself missing was the ultra-wide camera, and maybe OnePlus could have included the Hasselblad optimization here as they have with the more expensive OnePlus 13. Maybe an update will fix some of the issues, but right now the camera for me is just 7 out of 10. But other than that, for some 50,000 rupees, I believe this is a much better package than the overpriced iPhone 16e or the Pixel 9a for sure. In fact, I would pick the OnePlus 13s over the OnePlus 13R if I had that extra budget. Okay everybody, that was all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Saying this, I'm Pratima and thank you so much for watching. Bye.